Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. To you I say Shalom. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the flock of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. And the news came out Friday, Salakia. That says ABC News anchor refers to indigenous people as creatures in reference to Native American Heritage Month, right? When Esau says indigenous people, they're talking about the Northern Kingdom, right? They're talking about Gad and Reuben for the most part, all right? But low key, a lot of people are offended at this, as they should be, because she was coming in the wrong spirit. But all things are pure to the pure, man. So she was kind of correct by calling so-called indigenous people creatures, man. All right, because through the spirit, we are creatures, man. As the scriptures describes us as, man. I'm not gonna play the video because I'm just gonna read the quote. It says celebrating Native American Heritage Month. Salak, let me start from the top. During news coverage on Native American Heritage Month, ABC reporter Kyra Phillips referred to indigenous people as indigenous creatures on national television on Thursday. And this is Kyra Phillips. I guess she was working for ABC since 2018. All right. And it goes, and she says, quote, celebrating Native American Heritage Month. When we come back, we'll take a look at indigenous creatures taking Hollywood and pop culture by storm, Phillips said on yesterday's broadcast. All right, people take offense to this, but through the spirit, she was correct. All right, I like reading comments sometimes. Yeah, a lot of these comments are people just being outraged. Right, creatures might be more appropriate for some of the people that work for ABC. Well, it's never ending. I still give the benefit of the doubt. She read a typo, which probably meant to be creator instead of creature. All right, apology should be made. There are people. It's a slip of the tongue, but it could be a slip of the tongue, but it's something called the fraudulent slip, right? Where something that you truly believe or think in your mind, you'll accidentally say it, even though you didn't intend to say it, is really what you really meant to think, right? Let me see if I can Google that real quick. Fraudulent slip. Fraudulent slip on and Slock down. An unintentional error regarded as revealing subconscious feelings, right? So you might have said it by error, but this is how you subconsciously feel. But it's cool though, all right? Because hey, according to the scriptures, this is what we are. All right. Romans 8, starting at verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. All right. We're going through it now. We're on the bottom now. We're getting called proverbs and bywords now. But the glory that's going to be given to us, Lord willing, part of that number, is going to be far greater, or not. It's not going to be compared to the things that we went through, man. I'm going to realize this hell that we're going through is worth it, man. It's going to be worth it 100 times over, man. All right, verse 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High. All right, this is twofold, right? So not only talking about all of creation, but it's also talking about Israelites, man. All right, because we're under the chains of darkness now. When it says the bondage of corruption, that's actually talking about the flesh, man. We were put in this flesh for going off, man. All right. Now, let me jump over to the book of Jude. Jude 1 and 5. I will therefore put you in remembrance that ye once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believed not. All right, 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed ultimately for lack of belief. All right, verse 6, and the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day. Right, we are the angels, Lord willing, part of that number that left our first estate, and now we're under the chains of darkness, which is this flesh, man. All right. Verse 6 again at the second half says, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day. Right, we're gonna be in this flesh until judgment day, man. And judgment day is the day of the Lord. This is the day that Yahushua returns, man, to redeem his elect and also to judge the nations, man, and judge the wicked, right? But in that day, are we going to be transformed and made alive, man, made new, right? Because flesh is ultimately dead, right? Flesh was made to have an expiration date. Flesh cannot live forever, man, all right? But when Yahushua returns, we're going to be just like him, man, in his new body, man. All right, let me go to 1 John chapter 3. 1 John 3:1, behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of the Most High. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Right? The world doesn't know the Lord. The world actually hates the Lord, right? But at the same time, since we know the Lord, and since we are the Lord's people, the world is going to hate us too, man. All right? This is why we get called proverbs and bywords, but all throughout all the nations, man. It ain't just Esau, Edom. There's a proverb and byword for Jake in every language, damn near, man. All right. Verse 2, beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. Right. When the Lord returns, we're going to be just like him, man. All right. We're not going to have that corruptible flesh, man. This is when the corruptible is going to put on the incorruptible, all right? According to 1 Corinthians 15, man. All right? Let me jump back to, Salak. Let me jump over to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. And then when we're transformed, man, we're going to be made anew, man. All right? Wisdom of Solomon 5. I'm going to start at verse 13. Even so, we in like manner, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end, right? Because as soon as we're born in this flesh, man, we technically begin to die because we have expiration date. Flesh has expiration date. Not all Jake have expiration date, because there'll be some that shall not taste of death, man. Roughly paraphrasing, all right? Wisdom of Solomon 5:13. Even so, we in like manner, as soon as we are born, began to draw to our end, and had no sign of virtue to show, but we are consumed in our own wickedness. For the hope, yeah, we're consumed in our own wickedness, because sin is death, man. All right, and you cannot. How do I say this? You cannot avoid sin in the flesh. You cannot walk 100% perfectly according to the law in the flesh, man. All right, so we are consumed in our own wickedness, man. All right, verse 14. For the hope of the ungodly is like dust that is blown away with the wind, like a thin froth that is driven away with a storm, like as the smoke which disperseth here and there with the tempest, and passeth away as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day. All right, that's the hope for the ungodly, man. That's the hope for the wicked, man. All right, you're not gonna remember people that stayed at your house for one day 20 years ago, man. You're going to completely forget that person. You're not going to remember smoke once it's passed away in a storm, man. All right? There's no trace of it. There's no evidence of it being left, man. All right? Verse 15, but the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom, and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. For with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them. He shall take them to his jealousy for complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. All right, that's the point I wanted to get through with this. Right, the creature being us is going to be transformed into weapons, to into not literal weapons, but literal weapons at the end of the day, because of the damage that we'll be able to afflict, but not receive. Right, no weapon formed against us is going to be able to prosper, man. All right, this is how we're going to be turned into complete armor, man. Wisdom of Solomon 5:17 again. He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies, man. All right, we're gonna be used as weapons to to tread down the wicked. Right, Lord willing, we're part of that number. I'm gonna get one more. I'm gonna wrap it up. Oh, not that. It's Jeremiah 51, starting at verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name. Thou, talking about you Israelites, or the elect, all right? Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms, all right? The Lord is going to use his men, all right, as weapons, man. All right, this is a spiritual battle, man. He's not telling us to pick up arms. He's not telling us to draw swords and pick up guns and things like that, man. Just pick up the real sword, man, which is this truth. All right, verse 21. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee will I also break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. All right, that's basically no one. The Lord's not a respecter of persons. So nobody's gonna get spared in Judgment Day too, man. All right, but at the end of the day, this lady may have slipped, but she was kind of on point, man. All right. But I'm going to wrap it up with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak. Double honor to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. Until next time, I want to say shalom and abad babal.